My name is Debbie Williams. I am a resident of Detroit, Michigan, and my family has been victimized by Child Protective Service of Michigan. My daughter has a drug problem, and she granted custody of my grandson, Malik Tyler Tucker, to me in 2009 when he was an infant. Child Protective Services removed my ill 5-month-old grandson from the hospital without permission and placed him in foster care. I have been fighting ever since to gain custody of my blood relative. The government of Michigan must be stopped from violating our constitutional rights and stripping children from their loving biological relatives. My grandson, Malik Tyler Tucker, was born on June the 8th, 2009 at St. Joe Mercy Hospital in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And he was born to my daughter, Shantella Von Tucker. At the beginning of his life, information about Malik's state of health was hidden from his mother by Washtenaw County Department of Children's Services, Protective Service, and Orchard Children's Services. Though he was diagnosed with different illnesses, the information was not given to my daughter. My daughter notified Child Protective Services to grant full and unconditional custody of Malik to me, his biological grandmother. Due to the state of his health, Malik continued as a patient at St. Joe Mercy Hospital from the date of his birth to late October 2009. After this period in the hospital, Malik was not placed in my care, but instead was placed in the custody of a foster mom, Carol, who currently lives in Southfield, Michigan, or Macomb County. Washtenaw County Child Protective Services and Orchard Children's Services has made false allegations to deny me of my grandson. These agencies agreed to claim that the child was born drug addicted or drug exposed. Now in 2012, the undersigners stated Malik was physically neglected, but neither of the agency have exhibit any evidence to show that Malik was born drug addicted or drug exposed. An assessment of my home was conducted on July the 26th, 2010 by Lindsay Stearns for Orchard Children's Services, Department of Human Services, Child Protective Services, Social Service Agency contracted by, Lindsay Stern works for Orchard Children's Services, Social Service Agency contracted by Child Protective Services. After waiting for approximately 2 weeks to a month for the promised notification of the results, I contacted Orchard Children's Services. They then notified me that my home assessment was denied on the grounds that I allegedly lacked knowledge as to the reason for Malik's admittance into the foster care program. An alleged lack of respect for the hospital staff at St. Joe Mercy Hospital and alleged lack of trust in the child welfare system. July the 26th, 2010. I never stated any of these false allegations to Lindsey Stearns or Miriam Taylor from Washtenaw County Department of Human Services foster care caseworker. The denial of my home assessment was fraudulent and bogus. Later, I searched Malik's facts out that he was not born drug exposed in June 8, 2009. At first, I was open to child welfare, but now I am apprehensive. Today, there is a lack of trust. After Washtenaw County Child Protective Services moved my grandson from the hospital under the false pretenses that he was born drug addicted or drug exposed. I never stated the alleged accusation. These problems had nothing to do with the custody of my grandchild. Following this call, I scheduled a meeting with Orchard Children's Services, which took place on September the 2nd, 2010. At this meeting, I was accompanied by two advocates, Miriam Kramer, an independent social worker, and Eugenia Nelson, a staff assistant for Miriam Kramer. Representing Orchard Children's Services was Trudy Fortino, the director of Orchard Children's Services, Carol, Malik's foster mother, Vicki Pelletier, Malik's foster care worker, Ebony Smetler, a supervisor for Orchard Children's Services, and the quality assurance manager, Lisa Finger. During this meeting, Marion Kramer stated that the reason for the denial of my home assessment were vague and lacked actual substance. Trudy Fortino responded that my behavior demonstrated that I didn't believe that Malik was born drug addicted or drug exposed. I was also accused of being a danger to Malik's well-being and that I might potentially allow Malik's mother to visit without permission from Orchard Children's Services. When presented with proof to dispute such allegations, the committee refused to deliberate or even acknowledge the existence of such documentation. I am Malik's grandmother. I love him with all my heart. I am 53 years old. I have a nice home. I want to care for my grandson. I fully understand that Malik has serious health issues. Moreover, at my home assessment on June the 26th, 2010, I never stated to Lindsey Stearns that I do not trust child welfare. While now, June 29, 2012, I am one of perhaps hundreds of thousands who lack trust in the child welfare system. This is no reason to take away my blood relative and put him in a system in foster care. The way that these people operate is outrageous. We have a serious problem in the United States of America. And unless we, the people, address it, our children and grandchildren will suffer. I am a willing grandparent should always be given custody of a grandchild when the parents are unwilling or unable to care for the child.